Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Atif and this is a summary of today's lesson. Today we started lesson 5, unit 6, English student book, page number 88, 89, 90 and 91. As you know that this whole unit is all about fables and myths and stories and proverbs. So this last lesson is also about a story. In fact, this is a poem about the Lambton worm. So before we started the lesson, I displayed the lesson objectives and discussed it with the class. So I'm going to include it again. These are the lesson objectives on your screen right now. Lesson objectives, listening. We listen to a poem and after that we have to complete a summary. Then speaking activity, discuss a poem, recite a poem. In reading activity, we read a poem and after that we match the verse with each picture, and after that we will also answer some questions. And in writing activity we have to answer the questions. In critical thinking, predict content from visual clues. So this means that we learn how to guess the text with the help of pictures. So then in moral or values, we learn being courageous. And in grammar topic, we will discuss review of past simple and past continuous. After that, we have some vocabulary words as well. So these are the vocabulary words on your screen right now. We read it with the class, and I encourage the students to memorize these vocabulary words with definitions so they can understand the lesson properly. So these are the vocabulary words on your screen right now. This is the first slide. Warm, night, tough, awful, and verse, browse, scary, monstrous, and calf. So these are the vocabulary words that I discussed with the class. After that, we started the poem. Okay, this is a poem about a monstrous worm which killed animals and ate children. So this is about also a myth, okay, from, and is, you know, that in myths and fables the main characters are animals, and so this is also about a worm. So so we started activity 2, which is listen and read. We listened to track 35 and then we read it one by one. I asked the students to read it. So first of all, I'm going to include the track 35, and after that we solved this activity to read and listen to the poem, match the pictures with the correct verse. So these are the pictures on your screen right now. Picture A, B, C, D, E, and F. So these are the pictures that we have to match with these verse. Okay, so this is called verse, this one paragraph in the poem, because this is a poetry, it's a poem. So each paragraph or each part of the poem is called verse. So I'm going to include the track 35, then we will discuss it further. So listen to the track.
Track 35.
The Lambton Worm. One morning John Lambton was fishing in the River Wear. He caught a fish upon his hook, but Lambton had no fear. Just what kind of fish it was, young Lambton could not tell. He couldn't be bothered to carry it home, so he threw it down a well. Now Lambton thought he would like to be a soldier and fight in wars. He joined a group of knights so tough, they didn't mind wounds or scars. They travelled far and had adventures, lots of stories he could tell. Very soon he forgot about the strange thing in the well. But the worm got fat and grew and grew and grew an awful size. It had great big teeth, a great big mouth, and great big goggly eyes. And when at night it crawled about, having a little browse, if it felt thirsty on the way, it milked a dozen cows. This scary worm would often feed on calves and lambs and sheep, and swallow little kids alive when they were fast asleep. And when it had eaten all it could, and it had had its fill, It crawled away and wrapped itself 10 times round Penshaw Hill. The news of this awful worm and its strange goings-on soon crossed the seas and got to the ears of brave and bold Sir John. So home he came and caught the beast and cut it in 2 halves, and that soon stopped it eating kids and sheep and lambs and calves. So now you know how everyone on both sides of the weir lost lots of sheep and lots of sleep and lived in mortal fear. So let's say thanks to brave Sir John, who kept the kids from harm, saved cows and calves by making halves of the famous Lambton worm.
So that was a track 35, and after that we read this poem. Okay, I allow the students to participate in reading activity, and after that we discussed the answers of activity 2. I asked the students to look at the picture, try to look and read what they are trying to display in the picture. Like, this is the worm, okay, and it's around all around the hill. Okay, so same like that, I gave them the clues as well, so they can, and here you can see that this young man is fishing and he caught a worm. Okay, so same like that I explain, and here you can see that Sir John cut the worm into half, and here this is the picture from the army, and here you can see people are giving thanks to Sir John. So after that I displayed the answers as well. So here are the answers of activity 2 on your screen right now. Paragraph 1, picture C. Paragraph 2, picture E. Paragraph 3, picture A. Paragraph 4, picture B. Paragraph 5, picture D. And paragraph 6, picture F. So that was today's lesson. Thank you very much for your participation. We will continue this poem in next classes. So till then, take care. Goodbye.